Whether on TV or online, this is iPower 1. Go to TuneIn.com, keyword iPower 1 FM. Listen online or download the app for free via Android and listen 24/7.
From the Hard Planet Media Studios in New York, this is iPower 2, hot off the wire.
Music industry titan Clive Davis is host. He's launched countless careers for legends like Whitney Houston and Alicia Keys. This evening, Davis will throw his pre-Grammy party for the 42nd consecutive year. And for the first time in 15 years, it's happening here in New York. On stage and in the audience, almost everyone at the annual Clive Davis party is an A-lister. For 42 years now, the night before the Grammys, Davis has hosted what's become the record industry's unofficial annual ball.
When it ends, Anthony, everyone said, best ever. How will you top yourself?
Do you feel pressure to top yourself every year?
I feel the responsibility, you could use the word pressure, to put on the best show I can.
The party started after Davis launched a new label, Arista, and their first record, Barry Manilow's Mandy, won 2 Grammy nominations in 1976.
And so we took over the Bel Air Hotel, and Stevie Wonder came, and Elton John came, and John Denver came. I knew I was on to a really good special thing.
We went along with Clive for CBS Sunday Morning in 2011. That night, the crowd would include Katy Perry, Warren Beatty, and Usher. Why is it such a hot ticket?
Why is it a hot ticket? Because there's no audience like it.
You must have a lot of people begging you for invitations.
I do have that, and that's the most painful part. And you have a limitation, so there is a certain amount of pain when you can't say you have a lifetime pass. And it's taken usually personally, and it's painful.
During rehearsals this week at the Sheraton Times Square, Clive went over the seating chart with his son, Doug.
On the other side of Jay-Z is going to be Seinfeld, Rob Reiner. And
the list of performers is usually kept top secret till the night itself. But Clive let us catch a glimpse when Logic was rehearsing.
It's almost like the Grammys here. It's like really weird, you know, but I think it's really fantastic.
The young rapper is well aware he'll be performing for an unusual audience.
It's kind of freaking me out. There's so many people that and that are going to be here, and they're like this crazy status, and I'm like the most basic dude in the world, so I'm just going to show up with my wife and like be awkward, but it's cool.
The party's known for many memorable performances and one memorable tragedy.
Whitney Houston was supposed to be staying here for her mentor Clive Davis's famous pre-Grammy party.
In 2012, Whitney Houston died in her hotel room at the Beverly Hilton just hours before the event. How tough a night was that for you?
That was probably the toughest night of all. I do have a very heavy heart. Whitney was there not to perform. Whitney was her favorite night of the year. She would fly there all the time. So in the same way you don't call off the Grammys, you pay tribute, and we paid tribute.
Do you actually get to enjoy this night?
I do enjoy it, more in retrospect than during it, but we've had artists get sick, the morning of the show.
One year, Clive remembers, after a last-minute cancellation, he waded into the cocktail party, desperately looking for a replacement.
Spotting Smokey Robinson and saying, I've got a 10-minute break in my show. Smokey, we have the best musicians. Can I get you on stage? And of course, you said you got me. So I'm never relaxed until it's over.
Those parents will face a judge in the building behind me after a FedEx delivery man made the gruesome discovery. Now, police say that FedEx worker found a 5-year-old boy home alone in a Kingsbridge apartment. Police say rats, garbage, and feces filled the home where they found the boy. Officers arrested the child's mother, 40-year-old Sherry Lewis, who works at Montefiore Hospital, and the child's father, 59-year-old Wilford Lewis, who's an MTA worker. They both now face charges of endangering the welfare of a minor.
They wrong. They gotta teach them or something. Show them how to leave. I had no idea. I came downstairs and I only see like 5 policemen and an ambulance. That's it. What I thought somebody felt or an old person needed something.
Now, police say that little boy has 3 older siblings, 2 sisters and a brother. They were at school during the time of the discovery. All of them now are with ACS.
At the height of the evening rush, a crumpled bicycle you see there spotted at the intersection of Lewis and Jefferson Avenues in Bed-Stuy. Want to go now to News 4's Michael George, live with what we just learned. Michael.
Well, Natalie, it happened right behind me. A teen run down while crossing the street on a bike. And as we speak, the truck driver is being questioned by police. And we just learned in the last 10 minutes that truck driver had a suspended license. A mangled bike left in the middle of the street. It stood no chance against a Mack truck. And now a 13-year-old boy is dead.
It's crazy. It's can't think about what happened. It's just speechless.
The accident happened at Jefferson and Lewis just before 6 p.m. The oil truck struck the 13-year-old as it was making a right turn. The teen, identified as Kevin Flores of Brooklyn, was left with severe head trauma.
The bike is mangled and there's blood on the street.
Police say the truck driver did remain on the scene, but he was handcuffed by officers and is now being questioned.
It's horrible. You know, you really have to watch these bikes.
And the name of the truck driver has not yet been released. The cause of the accident still under investigation. We're live right now in Bed-Stuy. Michael George, News 4 New York.
Did Russia have a play in the 2016 U.S. election? Well, Facebook is telling Congress that Russian agents created 129 events during that time, including political rallies on topics like immigration. Now, Russia said it never tried to get in the middle of American democracy, and President Trump calls the congressional investigations on collusion a, quote, witch hunt. Meanwhile, Lyft may have been spying on its users. Former employees are raising the red flag, saying they were able to view personal contact info and ride history of their passengers. Now, Lyft says it's investigating the claims. You have to remember Uber conducted a similar investigation last year when it was revealed that the company also collected data on their users without their knowledge. And finally, are you Oscar ready? Well, Regal Entertainment Group wants to help you binge watch this year's top movies. The movie theater chain is hosting the Best Picture Film Festival to give movie lovers the chance to watch all 9 Best Picture nominees for only $35. Now, the event goes on from February the 23rd to March 4th, and passes go on sale today at participating theaters. And that's your Cheddar Business and Tech Update. I'm Baker Machado from Cheddar headquarters in New York.
The food is delicious.
That's the consensus here at Corner Cafe in Riverdale. The restaurant has pretty much anything you could want. There's homemade pizza, delicious pastries, and vegetable dishes. But there's a twist. It's all kosher.
We opened in 1989. There were no other fine kosher dining establishments.
And that means there's lots of rules in the kitchen.
We open an egg, you have to check that there is no blood in it. If there is any blood, you have to put it in the garbage. For the lettuce and all the green leaf and broccoli, we have to wash each leaf separate and to check it from bugs.
But it's not all hard work in the kitchen. Chefs say they enjoy making the food.
So my favorite, when you have a good loaf of bread with shakshuka, spicy shakshuka, that's my favorite.
Some of their specialties include traditional kosher dishes. There's also Israeli-style eggs, homemade rolls, and Mediterranean fish dishes.
We have been open for 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for close to 30 years.
And it's not just the food that keeps people coming back.
The ambience is nice. The people are nice. Kochava, the owner, and her husband Kenny the nicest people you want to know.
That's your Boogie Down Bites. In Riverdale, I'm Christine Russo, News 12 The Bronx.
Bronx native Cardi B performed last night at a pre-Grammy party in Manhattan. The chart-topping rapper is celebrating her first pair of Grammy nominations. She will perform with Bruno Mars at the Grammys this Sunday at Madison Square Garden.
This Olive Garden here at Cross County Shopping Center is where Marcus Knight brought a needy, unknowing Bronx family to enjoy a free meal. Susanna Ortiz, a single mom, her 2 kids and 2 little cousins had a choice of whatever they wanted off the menu. Military veteran Marcus Knight is the reason for this privilege. The 50-year-old was diagnosed with cancer after being near the World Trade Center when it collapsed on 9/11. After that, it's been one negative thing after another. His son and family recently lost their Clay Avenue apartment in a fire. When Knight's family went back for their belongings, they discovered they were stolen. But knowing what it feels like to be down has motivated Knight to help others who are also less fortunate. Knight created an initiative called Hand Up, Paid Forward, challenging stores to give back to the underprivileged. Today, Knight handed 2 free coats to Ortiz's children, aside from providing the family with a free meal.
When you're so far down, you just need a spark of hope. And hopefully this is a spark that they can remember when they're down and out.
I wasn't expecting this. It's a blessing, and I'm very grateful, and thank you so much.
Knight finished up the day by bringing Ortiz and her family to Stop and Shop, where they were privileged to fill up their shopping cart with free food. In Yonkers, I'm Anthony Carlo, News 12 The Bronx.
Weather meteorologist Pat Calvin here with a look at your forecast for the 5 boroughs as we go through the rest of the evening into the overnight. Clouds are pretty much here to stay now. But we are dry, at least for the time being, but rain will eventually begin to fall from those clouds as we get into the late hours of the overnight into early Sunday. Temperatures, though, really warm today. We were in the mid-50s across the area, and we're going to drop into the 40s tonight. The radar's quiet again for now, but later on we will see some rain developing through the city, and then that'll wrap up sometime tomorrow morning. So here's the forecast. Pretty much after midnight, we'll see those showers continuing through the overnight and into Sunday morning. But look, temperatures don't change much. We only drop into the upper 40s. So temperature-wise, a comfortable and pleasant night to be out and about. But again, rain developing after midnight and continuing through the first part of Sunday before we dry things out temporarily. Here's a look at the forecast for Sunday. Again, rain wraps up by noon, late morning into noon, giving way to mostly cloudy skies. We'll see light winds and temperatures above normal yet again, with highs topping out in the upper 40s. You can see a lot of warm air down to the south. Check out D.C., Philadelphia, even out towards Cincinnati. That warmer air will stay in place again through the overnight and into tomorrow before some bigger changes arrive for the start of next week. You can see on the radar all the green painted there on the left-hand side of the screen. That's the rain that'll move in. We check it out on Futurecast. As fast as it moves in, it's out of here by tomorrow morning. Notice mid-morning to the afternoon, we're drying things out with mostly cloudy skies. And then our attention will turn to Monday and Tuesday, as a coastal system may try to quickly develop along that front that will stall offshore. Could bring us some light snow. A lot of details still need to be worked out, but you want to check back with us for the latest on that over the next few days. You're watching News 12 Traffic and Weather. Know before you go.
Get connected on our social media at iPower One Nation for radio and TV news and updates. Stay connected with iPower One.
Take us to work. Take us on the go. Take us wherever you go. iPower 1 FM. Go to www.tunein.com. Keyword iPower 1 FM. Download the TuneIn radio app for free via Android and listen 24/7.